less than ep data end equals 604 data start equals 60 greater than. Alright, let's talk about what's going on with the latest Epstein conspiracy theories floating around MAGA media. For years, certain right-wing figures have pushed the idea that the government is hiding explosive secrets about Jeffrey Epstein. Specifically, a so-called client list of powerful men allegedly involved in his crimes. But here's the twist. When some of these MAGA influencers were recently given access to the so-called Epstein files, they didn't find the bombshell they were expecting. Instead, they got a big dose of reality. Less than COP data end equals 1253 data start equals 606 greater than. Let's break it down. Over the past several years, many right-wing media personalities have insisted that the government is covering up crucial details about Epstein's connections. The idea is a secret list of high-profile elites, politicians, celebrities, business moguls, who were part of Epstein's crimes, and the government is keeping it hidden to protect them. But investigative journalists who have followed this case for years, including Julie K. Brown, from the less than M data end equals 1092 data start equals 1078 greater than Miami Herald, have repeatedly pointed out that no solid evidence exists of such a list. Even FBI sources say there's no proof that Epstein kept a record of criminal clients. Less than P data end equals 171, O data start equals 1255 greater than. Despite this, Trump himself, during his 2024 campaign, hinted that his administration might declassify more Epstein-related documents. And sure enough, recently Attorney General Pam Bondi, under Trump's direction, decided to dig into government files on Epstein. That led to what seemed like a huge moment for MAGA media. A group of pro-Trump social media influencers was invited to the White House and given binders labeled The Epstein Files, Phase 1, less than P data end equals 2153 data start equals 1712 greater than. Sounds dramatic, right? But here's the kicker. When they actually opened the binders, they realized they contained nothing new. The documents were mostly redacted, with flight logs and information that had already been public for years. The reaction? Disappointment. Many of these influencers, who had spent years building up the theory that some earth-shattering revelation was being hidden, suddenly found themselves holding, well, nothing. Less than P data end equals 274, 2 data start equals 2155 greater than. And that's when things took another turn. Instead of admitting they had been wrong, some right-wing voices started shifting the narrative. Conservative commentator Glenn Beck, for example, didn't dismiss the theory. He just changed the target. He asked, who is subverting POTUS? Implying that maybe someone in Trump's own administration was blocking the real files from being released. It's a classic move in conspiracy circles. When the expected big reveal doesn't happen, they don't abandon the theory, they just tweak it. Now the focus is on who might be hiding the real documents. Less than P data end equals 3175 data start equals 2744 greater than. To keep the suspense going, Bondi quickly followed up by claiming that thousands of Epstein-related documents were still being withheld by the FBI's New York office. She demanded their release, giving the FBI a Friday deadline. Right-wing media ran with it, hyping the idea that another big revelation was coming. But was it? Or was this just another way to keep the story alive, even when no new information was actually emerging? Less than pay data end equals 3478 data is last node equals data is only node equals data start equals 3177 greater than. At the end of the day, this is how conspiracy theories sustain themselves. They're never really about uncovering the truth. They're about keeping people engaged, keeping them angry, and keeping them believing that the real story is always just out of reach. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Stay subscribed for more videos.